Department of Crystal Imprisonment. Don't put me in the crystals. I always forget on a short scale, not true short scale, but like on a Gibson scale, you have to bend so much less to get to the note that you want. Like I messed it up right here. Like on a Strat, that would be a really hard pull, right? My life is very, my title, what is it? You're safe, Danger. Your file is very thin. Oh, great. You know, if there's any opportunity where I can, you know, put more credits towards non-crystal imprisonment, just let me know. You know, I know you guys have a lot of work to do in the crystal imprisonment. Steve, welcome. Daddy, hello. One of the big goals I have for this year is I want to start getting more comfortable with humbucker guitars. In case you can't tell, I'm almost always playing single coils. And so I really want to be able to understand it, because I really understand single coils now, finally. I'm like, okay, this is the range of frequencies that you get, and this is where I feel like I can say what I want to say on them. But when I'm on a humbucker style guitar, I'm always playing it like a single coil. And I know, like, maybe for some of you that sounds kind of stupid, but I always feel like it's like I'm doing a Strat, right? Play flamenco? Do you mean flamenco? F-L-A-M-E-N-C-O? I will do Stairway. With a low enough whine, humbuckers, you can get the best of both worlds. Agreed, yeah. And these are pretty low. These probably are only like 8.5K in the bridge, which is only a little bit higher than my Telecaster. But just the tonal frequency. Talentless hack. Me? Oh, that's not, I don't know if that's true. I think if you got to know me, I think you'd realize I'm a talentless YouTuber, but not a hack. I think my stuff's pretty unique. Who wants to hear Stairway? What? I mean, you know the solo. Like, why do I play it? You can just pull it up on Spotify. Your name is I am. So you just said you're a talentless hack. Right. You are a talentless hack, I'm assuming is what that is. Salt Tracks, sorry, that was bad Stairway. I haven't played Stairway in a long time. I'm not even warmed up. Hands are still cold. And I'm also playing with a vibrato on. So the other thing, like, I found that's helpful when you're trying to get like a single coil, or when you're finding your guitar sound, is like, it's not just like the guitar and the amp that you like. And I found on single coils, I love a single coil, and I love like a dirty tweed kind of sound. But it's also like finding out the effects. And so like I'd love to be able to incorporate a vibrato or a chorus on like my humbucker sound, even if it's just a little bit. These are the 5815s, right? These are the old 5815s, yeah. So they're, oh wait, actually I'm not even sure if that's true. SC245 Nitro. I can't even remember which ones are on this. Oh no, these are the 5708s. So these are the first run of PAFs that they came out with way back. And this is before the lawsuit. So they were making the single cut 245. So before they started calling it the McCarty 549. And the thing that I always like worry about on the humbucker is I always am like trying to play a lead line, and I'm not riffing on a, like I'm not like on a single coil. I feel like I can find these grooves all the time, and I need to be better about. And I need to be better at grooving on a humbucker. It's just like so unnatural for me because I grew up playing strats. Steve, what do you say? I think I'm in the minority here, but I've always loved split humbucker tones, not a replacement for a single coil. But you like them? Yeah. Again, like I haven't done enough time on my PRS 24 that splits. That's the only splitting humbucker I have. But I don't mind it. But it's a very distinct sound, right? It sounds much more. I don't know. It's like it's got such a unique sound. So if you can make that work for you, like right on. Alnico 2, Alnico 5 has more brightness, which is more similar to most single coils. Yeah, what is 5708 pickups? Sounded great. I'm trying to look at, and this is when they first started doing a nitro finish on it. Again, like I didn't know that when I bought it. I didn't realize that this was a, oh, there's a lot of strong, I'm trying to look it up. A lot of strong opinions on these guitars online. Alnico 2s, okay, got it. Yeah, these are pretty dark pickups. Like even the bridge is. See, like I'm always missing. That is actually vibrato. So I have a little bit of vibrato mixed in. And then I have the Halcyon Gold. Emily, hello. But it sounds good. Then the Flint reverb into that Supra. Thank you. Yes, how you doing, man? Welcome. Like I'd love to be able to incorporate vibrato or chorus in a way that's not too, I don't know, like tongue-in-cheek. I feel like a lot of times when people are using chorus, and when I was using chorus a lot, it was like a way to like be like, remember the 80s? And instead I want to use it I want to use it in a way that makes sense musically. Again, like I'm getting like really like philosophical about it today, but like I just keep thinking like I want it to be a thing where it sounds natural. Like, oh, I know why he's using that. It gives like a certain warble. See, it sounds really nice on the neck pickup, right? Hey, that sounds nice. Can you play Space Oddity? I don't know that song. I'm so sorry. Most Stratty neck humbucker I found is the bare knuckle riffraff. Yeah, I've heard about that too. First coil split was EMGs and a Schecter, and that was a bad representation of split coil. In my Schecter, I have the Fralin Humbuckers, and those are great. But the ones that came with it were actually really good too. They're the Diamond USA Humbuckers, but I didn't really like the split sound. But I think I'm gonna take those Humbuckers out, put those in my PRS, and then just change that to just like having a hot telly kind of thing. Van Halen EVH, hello. What is it? Pretty much. Sorry, it's not the right setup for that. But if I saw that username, like I gotta play just something. So in case you guys haven't seen, the Super Dangerous World video came out for Quilter, and we shot that. So this is what happened. This is why it took so long, and this is why every brand is really frustrated with me right now. I had originally signed on, and I think I talked to you guys about this, and I got four stories approved by Sweetwater, and then I had this video, and then I had 2 videos for Origin Effects, and then another one for Joyo, and it was all in 2 months where all of this stuff got approved, and I was like, oh no. And so the production, that was 12 like really high concept videos with stuff that I was not familiar with. Like I didn't know green screen. I just learned how to do green screen. I just learned how to like create a narrative and a story and props and all this stuff. And so this video I shot in the middle of shooting the one where I got kidnapped video, the Supro 5-watt video. And then it's taken me 10 months to edit and get it out for Quilter, and I felt it's terrible that it took so long. Solo of November Rain, please. Oh, I love Guns N' Roses. I don't know that song. Oh man, Hotel California. That's an interesting request. I'm interesting because like I'm surprised people don't ask for that a lot. People usually go play Metallica, which is very funny. I don't know. What is it? So I've never played this song before. Sorry. Right? Sorry, like I'm just doing it from memory. Like I don't really remember. I wasn't a big Eagles guy growing up, so that's hard for me to play from memory. But I know that. It's a. They do all these like country-esque kind of bends, right? But that's a really, I don't know that song. Sorry, I'm like just like butchering all these solos. Oh, that's too kind. Hollywood movie. Thanks, yes. I want to. I'm starting another channel that's just the narrative stuff because I feel like I'm splitting 2 different audiences here, and I think people who are just into like the storylines would probably want to watch that stuff. Listen to the Falcons. Yeah. The Captain Falcons, actually. Ain't Talking About Love? Yeah, I know that one. that's like another great, easy, but not easy. It's a great song. It's so straightforward. Ain't talking about love. It's such a cool song. Especially like the sound, like the energy of that room that that's off of the first album, right? So they tracked that in that same room, tracked it live. It's got this great energy. Hey, 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 dun, 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 hey, hey, hey. It's got this really raw power. I love that album, man. It's just like, it makes me so happy when I hear that album. Anyway, so I'm gonna start another channel, and I'm hoping that I can. I'm gonna start like pitching shows. So like I think I told you guys this. Like I'm gonna pitch a Super Dangerous Show sitcom that like kind of takes some of these elements, a little bit less fantastical, but basically home improvement, but like a dad, me, who would have like a YouTube show that's streaming. So instead of Tool Time, it'd be Tone Town, right? And then he would have random brands that would come in, like musicians would be like guest stars. And then he'd have his home life as well that he's trying to juggle, because I feel like there's just like there's a lot of dads who are playing guitar right now who are, trying to juggle that, right? And I think it'd be fun to have that kind of idea. I think it'd be, especially to have a dad that's like trying to be a good dad, but and trying to be a good guitarist. I think that's funny because it's not like one doesn't make you the other, but if you want to be a good guitarist, that means that you're going to miss out on some family stuff because you're dedicated to it. And so that push and pull, I think, creates for some good storylines. I think the Tool Time thing is funny because I would have someone there. Maybe it would be Tom. If Tom was like the Al Borland, where he was like, or maybe he was the boss. Actually, you know what I wanted? I want John Mayer to be like the executive producer of the show, because I feel like he would really like a 90s style sitcom, I feel like he'd really enjoy producing that, and especially if he was like the boss of the network and like he has all these notes for me for the show, and he's always like, and since he's so much taller than me, if he's like talking to me and had his arm around me and like talking down to me like in a patronizing way, it would be very funny. Anyway, so I'm gonna put together a little a pitch for that. Yeah, the first Van Halen album is my favorite album. If I say best, people are gonna get mad at me, but it's my favorite album of theirs, just because the way they recorded it, it's just crazy energy on it. In terms of like arrangement, I think it's hard to beat 1984, but in terms of just like pure passion, like that first album's crazy. Sorry guys, my eyes are getting really bad. Hey, Lang, what's going on, my guy? Make it shameless and leverage your house against the 65. Yes, exactly. Stuff like that, where it's like I get caught up in like some weird reverb.com thing, and it creates problems, or I'm trying to make it to, like my son's t-ball game, and then I get stuck at a gig or something, some stuff like that, where it's, I want to play it straight a lot of times as well. But like, just like from a dad's point of view, doing music and trying to be a good father, and trying to make sure that the house is moving in the right direction. I think that'd be really funny. So I'm gonna put that pitch together after I start this other channel and make a treatment, and that's really the hope for like 2026. What's up? I'm not sure what that is. That Bengali? I'm not sure what that other language is though. But thank you for coming by. Anyway, the quilter video, I'm so happy for those of you who've watched it. Thank you so much for watching it. I was laughing so hard as I was editing that video, and it was the first time I got to act with another person in the room, and that's my first time directing another actor, and it was weird because I was in the room acting in it and directing it, so it was stuff I'm not really used to, but I had so much fun doing it. And you're going to start playing guitar. There's a lot of channels out there that are going to play guitar, so I'm just kind of talking to my guys here. That's a mantra. You can say it if you want it. It's for peace. Oh, right on. I have a prayer for peace that I usually say, but thank you for offering. Um, but what I want, this guy Azarel got me distracted here. Anyway, I had so much fun making that video. So if you guys haven't got a chance to watch it, it's in the channel. It's been really fun. And the music video comes out tomorrow. Is that when I have it? For Your Love. I think we did a great job on that cover. We tracked it. We tracked it that time too. So we did like 36 hours. We tracked the vocals. We shot that whole episode. Like I was really happy that we did. Your Love's coming out what? February 8th. Oh yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow the music video comes out too. Just escaped the crystal again. So, but Tom did a great job on the video. He hammed it up. I mean, you saw in the video, like he hams it up so much. And at first, that was our first time meeting each other like in person. So it's and we shot like 3 episodes of his podcast too before that. So we got to warm up and we got to get to know each other's acting style. And I got to figure out how to direct. But it 2 things: 1, hit like, and 2, it's not a request show. Where am I from? I live in Nashville, Azarel. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, but I'm originally from Chicago. And yeah, man, thank you for asking. And then next videos that are coming up is a quick NAMM wrap up of things that I learned. Another video of visiting. The video after that's my Uncle Tim. I am launching memberships on the channel. Oh, since you guys are here, memberships. So I'm really launching memberships on the channel. I'm launching in a very pretty fun way. I'm pretty excited about it. And then merch is going to be rolling out soon, especially from that Super Dangerous World stuff. But what would you guys like to see on memberships? Is there something that we're going to launch it and we're going to get it going? But I'd love you guys' input on what you guys are interested in, what you would want to see on memberships, if you would be joining a membership, of course. Because I think the stuff that I want to offer is only to the people that would want to see it. Because like throwing it out on YouTube and it tanking, not helpful, right? So knowing what people who are interested and want to invest in the channel, obviously it's to make weird videos. First 13 memberships are free. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll run that. They're already there. This is Thomas on guitar. Bought a new Silver Sky core the other day. Yeah. Sell the core, buy an SE, spend the rest on a new amp. Oh, interesting idea. Thomas, I would say try an SE. And as good, I mean, and I love the SE. I play it all the time. But a core is that much better of a guitar. But it's also a different feel, way different radius. The pickups sound a lot different. The pickups don't have nearly as much bass as an SE. So it sits in the mix a little bit better. The tone, when the tone roll off, is a lot different. And the resonance, I think, is different, at least in my opinion. So test one out if you can. However, if you wanted to, you could sell the core, buy a used SE, and then have enough money left over to buy like the HDRX 20 and a cab. Or if you want to, you could buy also, I mean, there's so many different things. If you want to keep it in PRS, there's that. You could buy the Sanzera, although I will say the Sanzera, the dirty channel on the Sanzera has a really high noise floor, so you get a lot of static on that. But the clean side is beautiful. And Azrael, for learning guitar, you have to. I mean, I've been playing for 25 years, so it just takes a while, and it's easier to get good at guitar if you're obsessed with it. And especially if you have people to play with. If you have no one to play with, it's really hard to be encouraged to get better. But if you love music, and if you really love music, you'll get better just because you'll keep playing. Make sure your guitar is easy to play too. Take it to a guitar tech, get it set up, make sure it says, make sure it feels right, make sure there's no sharp fret edges, make sure it's not too high, the string action isn't too high. That's a big problem. All my guitars had like terrible action, and the frets were jacked up, and the tuning keys were broken. So if you can learn on a good guitar, it'd be a lot easier. And I would say just practice. Like an easy way to learn guitar is, I mean, you got to train your ear as you're playing. It's not just you're training your fingers; you're training your ear to hear things. So you're playing an E chord, right? Find out what these notes are, right? You don't have to know the exact note, but find out those are all the same note, right? And so you'll know that the combination of those notes are making a chord. And so you gotta start putting that together as you play. So you find the octave, right? And as you find the octaves, you find it. You just do that for every chord you have, and all of a sudden you'll have some kind of fluency on your fretboard. Did you get to check out the Venus guitars? No, I did not, unfortunately. Have a 24-inch even. Oh, very interesting. No, I did not get a chance to check it out. I was a complete failure at NAMM in terms of what I wanted to do and what ended up happening. I did the PRS factory tour a couple weeks ago. Oh, right on. Making these guitars in front of you. You can smell the wood in the air. Oh, I love the smell of, this one doesn't smell good anymore, but it used to smell so good. The PRS case, it's the best smelling guitars out of any guitars I've ever smelled. I'm not a weirdo, but it's true. Like, PRS guitars smell the best of every guitar I've played. I don't know what they do, but it just sounds awesome. I hope to one day do that factory tour. Amelia, what's going on? Welcome back. Played guitar 15 years, never went to a tech. It is a game changer. The first time I took my guitar to a tech, I was like, oh, this feels so good. Yes, this is a PRS. This is their SC245 Nitro that came out in like 2006 or 2007. And these are the 5708 pickups. Or maybe it was 2008. Thank you for your learning. Glad to help you. La cucaracha toca ahí. How's my day going, Rohan? It's going pretty good. La cucaracha toca. What is it? La cucaracha. Surprised I could pull that out. Hopefully you like that, right? Normalmente no está tocando con distorsión, right? Gustavo. La cucaracha. BC Rich Mockingbird always smelled like trailer park trash. Where'd you buy it? Sweet Child of Mine intro. I'll do that. That's fine. So I'll do that if I get to tell a story. So I started this, not I started this, I was hired in this cover band right before I moved from Chicago. And they were a pretty well-known cover band. And they had a really high production value, so it was all wireless. It was all MIDI, so I wouldn't touch anything. All the presets would change automatically with the songs. 3-hour set, standard set. And, E-drums, Hello, hello. Now, sound. We're back. Okay, so I gotta do that then. So anyway, I always freaked out when I played "Sweet Child of Mine" in this big cover band because there was something about it that always would stress me out. What is it? That was actually I love that solo. And then what's it? Right? And then what is it? That was it? Whatever. Where do we go now? And he goes. It's a fun song. I mean, it's a fun song when you lock in. It was hard for me to lock in on that. Starting off on a click. But still, fun song. Never appreciated Slash's playing until I had to teach that solo. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really melodic and like old school solo when you break it down. And then when he does that melodic minor thing, I never got it to play it the right way. It's like. I think that's what he plays. But he plays it in such a an odd meter way. He just kind of like Hendrix, like falling down the stairs kind of thing, where it's like blah, 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 and then he gets right and he gets back to the downbeat. Good for him. But it's really fun. Oh, good. So many years. Yeah, you just pull it up on the internet, right, man? You can just toss it up. Right, the speed run that catches us all. Right, it's like this crazy. What reverb do I use? The room reverb, or I mean, I use the Flint in most of my spring reverb kind of stuff. But for the room reverb, I'm using either a Valhalla room, or I'm using Studio City, or I'm using the built-in room reverb on Logic. I mean, I feel like it's a big game changer. Using a stereo room reverb in post just makes it sound really full, especially if you're doing direct. Obviously, if you're mixing, you can't have too many stereo sounds and stereo guitars because then it actually will kill your width. But if it's just like a guitar and talking, having a stereo guitar is really nice. But nowadays, you barely saw people play it live. Oh, yeah. Hey, come down to Nashville. Every single cover band in the world is playing Sweet Child of Mine, like at 10 p.m. That's like Sweet Child of Mine time. Like if you walk down Broadway, every band is playing Sweet Child of Mine. What's my playing style? I don't know. I mean, it's like rock with a little bit of jazz, a little bit of fingerstyle, a little bit of country. I grew up playing jazz trumpet, so that informs a lot of it. I voted for Kamala. Did I? Um, what would you do if I was born black? What is this? Am I in a political? Did I hit the political shorts feed? Otto, what's up, man? Welcome back. Thank you for your kind comments on the Super Dangerous World video. Appreciate it, man. And for those of you who want to talk political stuff, there's a lot of political channels that you can go to. You know, this isn't not really talking politics. That's not going to debase ourselves with that. It's not political. It's about black and white. Why do you want to talk about my race? Didn't mean to start that fire. My handle is just fun. Oh, yeah, no, I get where you're going for it. Chill, I'm glad you white. That's why I'm watching. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, Otto. The tune was great. Compliments to Tom for his singing. Yeah, his singing was so good on the track, right? And have Goldie sing a song. LOL. As for your playing style, because your songs have strong 90s Miami Vice style. Oh. That's cool. I appreciate that. I'll take that. You know, if I could be like Phil Collins-esque. Certainly on right now, because I got the vibrato. It gives it a very 80s, 90s kind of feel. Dean DeLeo. From Stone Temple, right? Do I play Incubus? I love Incubus. I don't remember. I mean, I used to listen to them nonstop. I've never played an Incubus song. No one ever really requests that. Vice Core. I mean, first we'll do Stone Temple, and then we'll do for the new guys. For Amadeus. Was it? That song, that's like such a good song. We're saying Incubus. See, Incubus, they don't really, they're not like a guitar band, even though they have like really heavy guitar. They're like a chill band, right? I'm trying to think of the songs. What is it? Stellar? How do you duet to meet me like I do? I don't even know the guitar part to that. Do 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 do. I mean, they're always like, what's the other one? I Wish You Were Here, right? That's another big hit. I don't know that song, but I mean, I know them. I love them. Does that count? It counts if I like them, right? Sorry. Pardon me. Nice to know you. Yeah. No, I know their songs and I can like hear them in my head, but like I don't know the guitar parts because the guitar parts are always like. Stuff like that, you know. How to laugh all the time like me? Because life is good, man. You gotta laugh. You know, okay. I'm not gonna do any more. You gotta have a lunch. All right, Dojo. Thanks for coming by, man. Yeah, I got about 5 more minutes here. Um, yeah, I mean, laugh. I mean, I'm happy to be playing guitar. That's really what it is. I love guitar. It's just so fun, and I love hanging with you guys. Even the questions about my race, I'm like, oh, maybe they want to know. I mean, I think it's funny. It cracks me up that some of the stuff that people will write, man. It's you're laughing after everything you said, like Hank Schreider from Breaking Bad. Okay, I mean, you know, I'm just a happy guy. I don't know what to tell you. Like that's just this is what I am, Amadeus. So it's just it's just who I am. I mean, you got to put on. I'll say this: like being a sad guy on a live stream, not a lot of people are going to watch it. I'll say that. What's my practice routine? It's actually no good. I did a video actually on my practice routine about 2 months ago in November. Oh, how to do it. But my practice routine mostly, I mean, you got to warm up first. You have to warm up your wrist. You have to warm up your fingers. Otherwise, you will get a repeated stress injury. So that's the one thing I've learned over 20 years of playing. So always warm up. Just 2 minutes. You don't even have to. Even stretching like this, you know, even doing that is really important. But then after that, you know, run some scales, as lame as it is, just nice and slow, no stress. And then take a break, like 2 minutes, and then come back. You always got to take that little break. And when you come back, just focus on one thing, you know. And most of the time, you should just practice to a metronome. That's what will make you better. So find a click that you like, and just do something boring. Right? And just find a groove, find it, sit in it, lock in it, and then you know, that's really training your rhythm. That's more important than anything else. Everyone I know who gets hired here in Nashville is because they have great rhythm. Well, first thing is that they're not a jerk, and they're actually not a drunk, which can be a problem on the road. So if you're not a jerk and you're not a drunk, the next thing they look for is, can you play in time? Because there's some great players out there, but they can't play in time. And if you're not good at listening, if you can't play in time, it's no good. So you should practice your timing as much as you can. Do you think about using a jazz? Yeah, I used to use a jazz 3-pick for a while. It wasn't conducive for my playing style because I don't do a lot of shredding. I don't do a lot of lead lines. I do some, but not enough to warrant a jazz 3. But a lot of times I'll use this thumb pick, which actually has the same tonal characteristics of a jazz 3, because a jazz 3 has a great... And it's got a great, hard, like, aggressive attack, which I love on some things. So, but I think jazz 3 is really cool. I tried doing it. I couldn't swing. I couldn't hang. I'm not good enough to make a jazz 3 sound good. There's some guys I know who can blaze on a jazz 3, and I cannot. I don't practice lead. I don't practice shredding. It's like, it's really, that's a whole separate thing. There's like practicing guitar, and then there's practicing shredding. And shredding is its own discipline because it is actually physical practicing. So you're practicing, you know, and you're trying to get in the same rhythm. So you got to go slow. I would have to go slower. And have that nice even da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, so it doesn't sound like downstroke, upstroke. It just sounds like the same tone, the same attack. And then you see how fast you can get it. I mean, look at how tense my whole body was. My jaw was tense. My shoulders were tense. So jazz 3 is not, I'm not there yet. It's a physical endeavor. You shred like Zach Wilde. Right on. STP, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. Right on. Yeah, they were all using jazz 3s. It's got a really nice attack. It just doesn't work for me. It's just not for me. You know, you got to find the pick that works for you. I mean, I love um, everything. I need something a little bit wider for my sloppy hands. Again, I'm not precise enough either. That's my problem. What time is it where I'm at? It's 1:47. Actually, what reminds me, it's time to hit it. So, guys, thanks for stopping by. For those of you who are new, consider subscribing to the channel if you want to hear more guitar stuff and my laughter, because I do laugh as much in my videos as I do on a live stream. So, and I'll see you guys out there on the internet. Again, everyone that watched my latest video, I really appreciate that. It was a lot of fun to make. There's even more insane stuff in the future, and I will see you guys out there on the internet. So long.